All right. So welcome to this first new moon of the year, new moon in Aquarius. That is also marking the beginning of the Chinese New Year. The year of the wooden snake. Don't ask me what that means. I don't know a lot about Chinese astrology, but we know that snakes are about transformation and about going deep, doing deep work, and about creativity as well. So if we just look for intuitive information, this is going to be a transformative year to say the least. But we'll see. We'll see. I invite you to look at the experts in Chinese astrology to see what that holds for us. So this moon is happening at 9 degrees 51 of Aquarius. It's the same degree as the previous new moon in Capricorn and new moon in Sagittarius. So we are still in that symbology of the 9, which is also the numerology of 2025. It's endings, leading on to beginnings, but it's endings. So a lot of transformation, a lot of things crumbling down, a lot of changing our view on things, letting go of things, all that is old and that we don't want to take with us in whatever next stage that we're going to, it's disappearing now. So it's in between two cycles, let's say. It's the first new moon also since Pluto in Aquarius. Just to add to the number of firsts, the firsts that are attached to this new moon, there's that. And also the nodes that mark the collective destiny and the collective teachings that we received have just shifted from the axis of Aries Libra into Pisces Virgo. And actually, if we look at the mean, okay, there's, without going into the details, there's the true node and mean nodes, which are two different ways to calculate the lunar nodes, which is where the path of the moon crosses the path of the sun according to, from our point of view. So this line changes a little bit. So there's a true way to calculate it, which is to now, and then there's the average. And if you look at the mean nodes, the average, they change signs today at the same time as the new moon. So that's a lot of synchronicity, let's say, for the first moon of the new year. And I want to say that the general flavor or the general vibe of this new moon, and we'll look at the details of that, it's awakening a new way of seeing and a new way of being. So it's centered about the being, it's centered about ourselves in particular, and awakening something that exists already within. And if we look at the Sabian symbol for that, remember the Sabian symbols are concepts that are associated with each degree of the zodiac, depending on where the moon is. And these were channeled by, their name escapes me, they were channeled, it's symbols that were channeled. And the Sabian symbol for today is, let me read that out to you. A man who had for a time become the embodiment of a popular ideal is made to realize that as a person, he is not the ideal, this ideal. A man who had for a time become the embodiment of a popular ideal is made to realize that as a person, he is not the ideal. So it speaks about a notion that is similar to a lifting of a veil. When we connect intimately with who we are, And we understand that the way we viewed ourselves or experienced ourselves is not necessarily the most truthful or the most desirable version of ourselves. And then we open up to a deeper truth within. It doesn't mean that who we were or the way we viewed ourselves or experienced life was untruthful. It's just we uncover a different layer. It's like having a new pair of glasses or removing a filter, or however you want to think of it. It's also related to getting rid of beliefs, because what shapes our perceptions are beliefs. So this is the general flavor of that, of this moon. Let's look at the details of that, and we're going to start with looking, as usual, at the archetype that we are dealing with this for this new moon. So the archetype is the archetype of Aquarius. That's where the moon is happening. Remember, new moon is sun moon at the same degree, in the same point in the sky. It is a great day to initiate something, to initiate a project, to start something new. And the fact that it's the Chinese New Year, it amplifies that idea of new beginnings. So I invite you to look at your chart and see where that falls. That means take your chart, look at 9 degrees 51 of your chart, 9 degrees 51 of Aquarius, and look at the house. And the house will give you the area of the life that is most impacted by this. But as I said, and I've been saying for a few months, these moons are so powerful that they affect us collectively, and they affect all areas of our lives. So Aquarius is an air sign. It's the third and spiritual aspect of air, even though it has aqua in the name, and it's called the water bearer. It's not a water sign, it's an air sign. It's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is also called the Great Awakener. So it's the one that awakens you to different realities, to different perceptions, among other things. Its symbolism is freedom, is innovation, transformation, expansion, truth, transcendence. It's related to aviation, the galactic, so the skies in general. It's connected to originality in the sense of expressing the most original part of ourselves, which is another way to speak about our truth. Each of us has a very specific way of being, and a specific, and said in a different way, we all have represent a specific aspect of the divine. That's our originality. And Aquarius is the perfect archetype to express that specificity of us, of ours. So it's about recognizing our uniqueness, and at the same time understanding that our uniqueness is not reflected, but we are part of a larger network of other uniquenesses, and together we form one larger picture of unity. And in that relationship between our own uniqueness and that of others, while staying connected, there's a sort of detachment, knowing that in any way I'm always connected to others. So there's a form of I know you're there, but so I don't have to be so close to you to a degree. And if you know Aquarians, you probably understand what I'm talking about from an emotional perspective. They can seem very detached emotionally sometimes. Sometimes it's just the general idea. Not every Aquarian person is like this. Anyway, the mantra of Aquarius is I know. So there is an inner knowing of what's the truth. Pisces is I believe. Aquarius is I know. It's very different. It's very different to say, I believe in God, or I know there is God. So that's the subtlety between the two. The symbol of Aquarius is two triple waves, which can represent the water, but I like to see that as the representation of vibration, a symbol of vibration, of the voice, of sound, of truth. Vibration is something that can't lie. You can't lie with vibration. You can lie with words, you can lie with actions, you can lie with anything that you produce, but with vibration, you can't lie. And that's very connected to Aquarius and its attachment to truth. So that's the general idea of what Aquarius is and where this moon and sun are meeting in the sky. Now let's look at what's happening with the stars. We have two stelliums. Stelliums are collections of stars that are together in the sky. And we have basically in the 360 degrees, more or less, there's two focal points. One is in Pisces, the age that we are leaving, and one is in Aquarius, the age that we are entering. And I find that interesting that this collection of stars, like they gather in these places at this very moment, in the moment where we are opening the first new moon in Aquarius, the age that we're entering. So in Pisces, we have the North Node, Neptune, Venus that are together in the last degrees of Pisces, and slightly close to them we also have Saturn, all very like major planets collecting there. So for me, that means that the way forward, the new structures that we are building are rooted in intuition, vision, divine inspiration, but also in divine will. We have Mars connecting to that stellium in a trine, as in a positive connection. So it infuses the willpower to create those new structures that are really built on something that is much more intuitive, that it's much more connected to the divine, to the realization that we are one, unity consciousness. And this is where we're heading, because the North Node is pointing to the direction where we are heading. And Venus being there also invites us to unconditional love, to build those new structures. So for me, that speaks about the awareness that we are not a drop in the ocean, like a collection of little pieces that form an entire whole, but also like we're the ocean in a drop also. And I'm paraphrasing here a quotation by Rumi, but this is what it's about, is that awareness that, of course, I'm part of a bigger whole, but I contain the entire ocean in the information that I'm holding. And it's very powerful to see it that way too. The second stellium is in Aquarius, and that includes the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, and Pluto. This is really like ringing the start of the new age in Aquarius, and puts also the emphasis on the mind. Aquarius and its ruler, Uranus, is the higher mind. It speaks about the mind. Mercury is the mind also. And this is also connecting with Jupiter, which expands this idea of mind. And what it's saying is that the transformation, Pluto, will happen with the mind creating new structures based on truth, expanding into something that is more like a network, which is the archetype of Aquarius, than rigid top-down structures which Pluto has been destroying while sitting in Capricorn for a while. So it's something like, I know who I am, and I know that I'm part of a bigger whole, or I know that I'm connected to others, and I know how to function with others. It's more like community related in that sense. And the South Node connects to this. The South Node is now in Virgo. And among the attributes of Virgo, we have service, which is also a notion that is associated with Aquarius. And we also have the notion of daily things, like things that are that we're doing in our daily lives. It's not like big concepts. Virgo is very detailed, is very rooted in our day-to-day existence. So there's a notion of bringing that into our daily life, really. And we still have Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, that is still connecting with Pluto. It's been connecting with Pluto for a while, bringing, like, continuing to bring the idea of change, of transformation. Uranus is about change, like continuing to feed that movement of renewal, transformation, letting go of the old, creating the new, destruction in order to rebuild from new grounds, from new perspective, from a new basis. So it's almost like some stuff is being taken away and some things are being, like, removed from us, or we are choosing to remove them from our lives, and we are given hints on what is the new thing that we need to build. So we're not quite there yet. We still haven't finished destroying and renewing, and we don't have the new structures yet, but we are in this in-between state where we start seeing what it is that we want to build. Does it make sense? Okay, cool. And in alignment with this, with the Sabian symbol, we let go of beliefs. Pisces is the sign of the beliefs, to connect with the inner knowing. Aquarius, that's what I was saying earlier. But this stellium, this collection of stars that are really concentrating the energy of the sky in these two signs, are really pointing to beliefs versus authenticity. Not that I think that we can exist without beliefs. Beliefs are a system that allow us to function. We do need structure to function. We can't function without a structure at all. We wouldn't be able to walk if we didn't have bone structure. So we do need one, but it's different where it's the outside, from the outside in, than the inside out. And Aquarius is pointing to our center within, not to an external God, not to an external figure like we did over the past 2,000 years, where we put God outside. Aquarius is inviting us to bring back our knowing that God is within. And to emphasize all of this, we have two fixed stars, and you know how I like fixed stars for the precision of their messages and the power of the information they communicate. And we have one that is exactly conjunct the North Node. and the other one exactly conjunct Pluto. So let's start with the Sheat, that is at 29 degrees of Pisces, that is conjunct the North Node. It's in the constellation of Pegasus, and it's the star of renewal and spiritual commitment. And spiritual, remember, is not religious. Spiritual commitment is not religious commitment. It's two completely different things. It's let's say, information or symbolism or action is to open up to the higher spirit, to the divine temple. And it gives us access to universal knowledge and guides us towards the divine spirit. It's really about meeting our inner master, the I know. I know is the inner master speaking. We recover our own masterhood within. And Altair, I mentioned that star several times before, and it's the master star that is connected to the age of Aquarius, is sitting conjunct to Pluto, almost exact. They're within a degree of each other, and it's still functional. And it's related to awakening and the phoenix, you know, the one that rebuilds itself in its glory and beauty from the ashes. Altair helps with the crown chakra. Crown chakra is the connection to the divine once again. So there's those two stars are echoing each other from two different perspectives. Where Pisces invites us to recognize the divine and to connect to the divine, is like everything. There's polarities and there's ways that we can interpret a thing. It looked like we interpreted it over the past 2,000 years from the perspective of religion, of placing the divine outside. But it's not Pisces that says that. Humans have decided to collectively to experience the age of Pisces from the point of view of religion. But the archetype of Pisces holds the information of that divine spirit, regardless of what we do with religion. I hope I'm making myself understood. I don't want us to associate Pisces with religions. Religion is an expression of the information held by Pisces. Anyway, all of that to say that both stars, Sheat and Altair, are echoing each other, reminding us of that divine connection, that there is knowledge beyond what we believe is, beyond our beliefs. And Altair, by opening up our crown chakra, helps us receive that divine guidance. It helps us embody the divine will, because ultimately this is what it is about. Surrendering to the divine is accepting to embody divine will until we get more acquainted to how all of this functions. Like there is an element of surrender, of acceptance. What else about Altair? Yeah, I said that it's the star connected to the New Age, to Aquarius. It's also the star related to service to others, which reinforces the message that the symbolism of the South Node being in Virgo, just having entered Virgo, and also reinforcing the symbolism of Aquarius. So this is what this new moon is bringing. So for me, it's a very expansive, from expansion, new moon that really opens us up to something way, way, way bigger than us, but also reminding us that this thing is within us. That our physical form is a form. simply a form, an aspect, but our being is much wider than this. And yes, it can be overwhelming, and we were talking about that before we started the recording. It can feel overwhelming to receive all of that in one bucket, you know, like someone is throwing all of that on you. But it's also so empowering and so beautiful and so inspiring. And for sure, it takes some time to get used to receiving divine guidance. It takes some time to understand how to navigate. Okay, am I inventing things? And I'm talking about very practical questions, you know, am I being guided or am I being crazy? For example, this is a very common question, very common. And then you learn. And, you know, Aquarius is 30 degrees. So we have 30 degrees to learn what does it mean, I know. So let's relax. Also, Aquarius is related to the nervous system. And overwhelm affects the nervous system. So whenever you feel overwhelmed, just breathe. Breathe and calm down your nervous system and come back to ground yourself a little bit, because it's very heady, very mental, very, you know, thoughts can go very fast. As much as it can be inspired and super innovative and super out there and super creative, there's a very mental aspect to Aquarius. So if I had to set some keywords for this moon, it would be from I believe to I know, and that's recovering our inner authority. And I love that. I love the fact that we have the authority on, you know, within ourselves. It's not outside, it's inside. And the other keywords are, for me, authenticity and truth. Also because this is where we're heading. We're heading towards the world of vibration. Telepathy, that's vibration. I don't know what's your experience with people around you, but perhaps you have a better sense of the nature of the information you're receiving from other people, regardless of their words. You sense the vibration. There's something, it's almost like it's collective. It's the vibration of the entire planet that is changing. So all of us, wherever you started, all of us, our ability to sense what is true, what is not, is increasing. And that's where it's going. So we'd better get ready sooner rather than later. So what else can I say? So this moon is about recognizing that I am the embodiment of divine will, that my own expression of that divine will combined with that with all others, that's how we maintain the balance of creation. So even if we're asked to recognize our own unicity, originality, there's a strong element of community. This functions as a network of people, and we balance the thing out all together. And to recognize that only when I surrender, when I open, then I can receive divine guidance. So there's an element also of, you know, just relax and just open to receive what is there for you. And yeah, that's today's moon. Let's ask the people from Inner Earth what message they have for us today. I forgot to mention at the beginning that on top of all the synchronicities with the nodes and the Chinese New Year and etc., also last week, I think, they started the Parade of the Planets, which is a very rare alignment of planets that runs until the end of February. So it starts with 6 planets aligning, and it's going to be all the planets of the solar system aligning, which is like amazing. So yeah, it's overwhelming. Okay, what do we have today? Or should I choose, or should you choose for me? Okay, you chose for me. Oh, lovely. This is the message for today. It's the inner door. I don't want to put it instead of my face. Yeah. So it's a circle. That's what I see. And a door that leads within. And it's from the ancient Aztecs. And let's see what that means. Wow. The emergence of the inner sun is the sun, S-U-N, like the star, is the birth of a realized being. The initiate becomes aware that in the very construction of its being resides a star that opens all the doors of the cosmos. This door must not be sought outside of yourself, because the paths of temptation will keep giving you the illusion that it is outside. For all your questions, we would like to remind you of the importance of this inner door through which you should get used to go before seeking outside of yourself the information that you want. How do you access this door? You don't have to act to find yourself in this space, only to allow yourself to slide into it, release all your resistances in the moment, and allow yourself to sit in gratitude and find yourself in this celestial bath. It's the return of the non-expectation to the being, to the original state of completion. The key is, do not look outside of your inner sun so that you don't go far away from the clarity of its light. Wow. Very nice, huh? I guess that's what a beautiful illustration of I know. Okay. So it's a sun actually that we're seeing. It's not any circle, it's the sun with the doors within. I don't think you can see that in the video, but this is a sun, a door, and this is another one. Okay. Let's get to the meditation now. All right. It has started. Can you hear it? Okay. Is it? I hope you can still hear my voice. Yeah? All right. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. You can take a moment to stretch and yawn. And when you're ready, come back to stillness. And let's take a few deep breaths to center ourselves. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And go back to normal breathing through the nose. Focusing your entire attention on your breath. And I would like you to place your attention on your root chakra, your base chakra. Or even we're going to start even lower. We're going to start in your ankles. And send your attention to your ankles. And feel this energetical center activate. And send magenta light to this area. Energizing your feet, that hold the information of your path. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And place your attention on your knees. And send burgundy light to this energy center. And feel how your knees get energized by this vibration as they hold the information about your ancestry in your tree. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And place your attention on your root, your base chakra. Become aware of how it gets activated. as you place your awareness in that area. And allow it to be surrounded with red light, nourishing and activating it. This energy center holds the information about matter and generating things in matter. We continue to rise along our spine, connecting to our sacral chakra, the second chakra. Take a deep breath in. And connect to your sacral. And allow it to be infused with brilliant orange light. Warming the entire area of your lower belly and your lower back. Activating the information within of creation and creativity. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And let's move to the plexus. Activating this energy center and bathing it with vivid, luminous yellow gold light. This energy center holds the information about my relationship to the world and to others. From here, I can be who I am and shine like the sun. I take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I connect with my heart chakra at the center of my chest. And I feel how placing my awareness there energizes it. And I nourish it with a soft and beautiful green light. Allowing it to fill my chest and to radiate all around me. This energy center holds the information of unconditionality. my acceptance unconditionally of all that is and everything that is, including myself. I allow myself to be penetrated by this unconditional love that I both receive and give as I tune in to the vibration of all that is. I take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I place my attention on my throat. Awakening the energy of my throat chakra and infusing it with a beautiful blue light. Thus, awakening my truth. Awakening my power to create through words, through the verb, through the vibration. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I connect with my third eye. Awakening the center of discernment and of seeing beyond the appearances. And I allow that center to be infused with deep blue indigo light. Nourishing its ability to see and to project. I take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I connect with my crown at the top of my head. The seat and doorway to divine connection. And I open my crown, inviting in a vibrant violet light. And I allow that light to penetrate my crown and to flow through my entire body and my entire field. I allow the violet flame to purify all that needs to be purified. And to connect me with the Master within. The I Am presence. I allow it. To remove all the beliefs that get in the way of my expansion. And as I see those limitations, I ask for guidance and how to transmute them, go beyond, and expand into my truth. And I recognize the divine presence in me. And I allow myself to listen to that guidance and expand beyond all beliefs, recognizing the truth within. I allow myself to receive inspiration from the Spirit, recognizing and embodying the divine will, meeting the inner master. I am divine will. I know I am my own master. I am. And I calibrate with sound, using the sound ah. take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I thank all the masters that showed the way to masterhood before us, as they have found the inner master within eternally. And when you're ready, come back here and now. You can massage your body, caress your body to anchor that information. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And come back here and now. Thank you very much once again for being here and for sharing this moment and this space with me. I wish you a beautiful new moon, beautiful new year, and an exciting age of Aquarius.